Esselamu Aleyküm ve Rahmetullah. Euzu billahi mineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi şrah li sadri ve yessir li emri ve hlul ukdeten min lisani yefkahu kavli ve ceal li veziran min ehli Harun ahi ushdud bihi ezri ve yeşrikhu fi emri kay nusebbihake kethira ve nezkurake kethira inneke kunte bina basira. ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين ربي أني مسني الضر وأنت أرحم الراحمين اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وارنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Now the semester started and now we welcome new students. Inshallah, they will join us. They may not know what we are doing here. Just a brief introduction to this discussions, the series of discussions that we have been continuing for many years, more than a decade. This special section, which is called Ethical Lessons from the Quran, as you see it, I bet, yes. And then Ethical Lessons. Well, I'm selecting some verses in this series. Before we studied the related verses of the Quran to prayer. What does it mean? An analysis of it. Lots of things went on. I don't know how many weeks we studied prayers, maybe 4, 5. So, but this will be again another section, and then we will follow. This is our habit that we study the Quran in this series, and we emphasize on one point. Yes, we acknowledge that our conditions nowadays that now not many people can really go and study Arabic and learn deep Nahu rules, Balagha rules, Ilm al-Bayan rules, lots of things. So needs years and years and years, and really even 4 or 5 years are not enough full-time work. Not only 2 hours a week taking Arabic courses, nothing really. But we understand that we are reading the Quran mostly from Arabic text just for blessings. Generally speaking, there are definitely exceptions, definitely, but generally speaking. And most of the students and the people nowadays read the Quran. They don't read the Quran, they read the translation of the Quran. And as far as the people who are here are concerned, they read from the English translation. We don't really blame any translators that they are missing some points, many points, not only some, really, many points. But everybody appreciates that the nature of translation cannot justify the original text, let alone the Quran, or a book, a text like the Quran is impossible. But even a simple letter, you write a letter to your friend. If somebody, nowadays AIs really are doing very well translations, so we don't need any more translation translators. AI are doing it freely, so not freely, but it seems to be freely. And they cannot justify even to really communicate our feelings that we want to reflect in our writings, or the writing an email even to my friend. But as far as the Quran's Arabic side of it, I think as far as I know, there is one native Arabic speakers among us. I don't know, there may be other, but Quranic Arabic, for example, I will give you an example. I think you see my cursor here, going on fe, no? And also min, for example, even one letter, fe. Can you imagine how many meanings fe has in Arabic, Quranic Arabic, in the context? Guess. 2, 3, 4, 20? Really? 20 different meanings according to the context. Gives this slightly different meaning, flavor to it, sometimes to the general meaning, sometimes very essential. If you miss it, you miss the message of the verse that you are studying. So, for example, ma esabeke, that ma, one word. So how many different usage of ma? And how does it change the meaning? It's great, but you need to study really years and years and full-time study, not only take, one of your courses in the college or university. So we know this and I appreciate, and all our scholars and especially public speakers really appreciate this, and they give a general idea. So Quran can be studied from really how many different perspectives, how many. So the great scholars that Islamic heritage has, we should be proud of them. All of them are great. There is, when I say all of them are great, I have to say but. When you say but, sometimes we feel, some of them are not great. No. Not in this sense, I'm going to say but. But every scholar is the child of their time. Correct? We have to admit this. So we don't expect the scholars to make commentary on the Quran or explain the Quran from their own perspective or speciality according to the 21st century's conditions. We don't expect them. It's not really a justice to do to their work. So we have to admit that they were great in their times. So we have to benefit from it. So you studied at the college level at least. You know that what we are reading now has how many centuries behind background. But the typical example is Ibn Sina, for example, in Islamic history. So it had Ibn Sina's main book on medicine. I think it is called Principles. I think so, yeah. I haven't read it, though. I don't want to pretend as if I know it. So this book has been taught in Europe for 700 years in the colleges as the basic medical textbook in Islamic world as well. But first year medical student now knows more than Ibn Sina knew. It doesn't mean that Ibn Sina, he wasn't a great, but he was. But how many years ago? Almost 900 years ago. Great. He initiated this subject, this discipline. So we have to appreciate it. But at the same time, we respect his work, but we don't need it anymore. It doesn't mean that the Islamic heritage left us great books and we don't need it. No, we have to study them, learn them, and update them. Update according to our century. So according to requirements of our century. My my way of studying the Quran is they are called mutaakhirun ulama. It means later generations ulama. I can give you some names, but it is not our principles here to give names. So I don't use names. These people try to understand the Quran according to 18th century, 19th century. The latest one, 20th century, is a great two great scholar from Egypt. So they tried their best. One Iranian was even later than them. He's a great scholar as well. So we have to come back to 21st century. 21st century, as far as I know, there is no really commentary, the great commentary, something like 20 volumes of work they present to us. I don't know anybody in the 21st century. Why I am giving this introduction too long and taking your time, precious time, look, almost 10 minutes past. Our aim is to study the ayah and see the mainly in English translation in general and start questioning how can I apply the main message in the text that we are reading, at least in English translation, to my practical life, personal life, and social life. How can I make it practical for me, but not in an imitative way? Trying to understand the reason behind it and confirm it. Of course, when I use this word reason behind it, some people, especially coming from certain backgrounds, people from South Arabian Peninsula, they are you rationalizing the Quran? You see what I mean? So, no, I'm just looking for hikmah, wisdom. What is the wisdom in it? And I cannot understand wisdom with my arm. I will understand wisdom with my mind. So I would question it. So try to understand whether it makes sense and how can I apply it to me. So I asked some questions here. These questions are just to initiate the subject. It's not working.
Yeah, for some reason.
Shall I wait or just go?
You can continue, but I'm just reading.
Anyways, by the way, since we are not talking, will you be here until the end?
Yes.
I will ask you a question if I forget to remind. So these questions are just to pinpoint the important points there, to draw your attention and my attention. So, for example, how do you define bad and good? So I will say, how do you define it? I'm not testing. No, there is a point here that I have to pay attention. So when we read the text, it will say anything good that happens to you is from God. What is good? Yeah. How do you define it? What is the real meaning of bad? But we ask these questions in order to get the answer according to the context of the teaching of the Quran. That is important. What is the context of the teaching of the Quran? Purpose of the Quran. What the Quran is for me and for the human beings. What does it mean? what is the main mission of the Quran? Well, so we have to question this first. What do you think God is teaching me? Well, I will give you very I'd say primitive initial answer. What we cannot learn from this word by studying the word. For example, I can study the word and learn how to make a computer. That is not the mission of the Quran. So from my practical life, I learned something. That is not the mission of the Quran. What is possible for me to learn if the Quran was not here, was not sent? Quran's mission is not talk about it. Although we say that we hear in the Quran and on many occasions in the verses are repeated, do good action, give to charity, zakat, yeah, prayer. We know that, for example, sometimes we read the Quran and it says something, take care of the orphan. I say, I use a little bit free language. So don't think that I'm irrespectful. Oh God, I say, you don't need to tell me. I already know that I have to take care of the orphans. Even those people who don't listen to the Quran, do they take care of the orphans? Do they take care of the orphans? Yes. Do they do good actions? Yes. Then why do you tell me, since you say that by its own nature, the Quran says, I'm going to teach you something that's here that you cannot learn within the conditions of this world, and you need this guidance. Now, let's see this, although I know the introduction is taking long, but essential. So you need this guidance. That is why I'm speaking to you. But you tell me that take care of the orphans. I know it. Why do you tell me that? That argue like this with the Quran. I say, the purpose of the Quran to take care of the orphan is not the purpose of the people who take care of orphans now. For example, do you notice that? I'll give you a clue for you. Orphan means, who's going to describe what orphan means? Come on, a brave man or girl, woman. What's orphan? Who's orphan? What's orphan? Anybody? No, you don't know
like
what
are
orphan?
abandoned and don't have guidance from like a parental figure,
So somebody
is
is,
abandoned
yeah,
and doesn't have any guidance from like a older parental figure.
now the parents, so who lost their parents, or somebody is not really taking care of it. Do you think this friend is wrong? No, you are right. But this is only 1 out of billion. What? One. It's in it. Correct. But 1 out of billion, I'm saying. I know what means billion, 1,000 million. What does it mean? Why did I say that? Of course, this is just a point. According to the Quran, an ant just walking on your trousers, it is an orphan. Nobody is taking care of protecting the ant. Orphan, isn't it? Doesn't have father, mother to protect. And one point that is so simple, still so simple. Everything is orphan, seems to be. Seems to be. So you look at the ant, you can kill it. Huh? Who's going to persecute behind you? Nobody. And also, you look at the orphan, that is natural beings now, just happen to be here. What do you do now? Insulting its honor. insulting the honor of ant. Ant is there, created. The Quran says, I created the ant for nothing, to declare my qualities and introduce me to you. It is a messenger to you. What did you do? You killed the messenger. When you kill the messenger, what happens? If you kill an ambassador, what happens? It is a declaration of war. Man, orphan means in the Quran. What you said included the whole universe is an orphan. You can look at it. These are just meaningless things developed, evolved by themselves. Insult them. Yeah. Can you imagine an ambassador or an envoy comes to United States, and the president of United States says, because in the Quran, according to the Quran, every individual person is an ambassador of the universe before God. You can represent the universe because Khalifa means this. So the concepts of the Quran needs to be deeply analyzed. Not only taking the orphan that I know, you have to say stop. If I read the verse orphan, for example, if you say, that's what I know, that is not what Quran meant. So, because the purpose of the Quran is to establish the relationship between each human being and the creator of the universe, right? For example, another aspect that we are missing while we are reading the Quran, we have many questions and expectations, many, especially human expectations. Human beings cannot be satisfied with anything. Why? Even if you have the whole universe, what do you want? What am I going to do with the universe? I need eternal happiness. No, the universe. If you have the universe, not only this building in Manhattan, no, whole universe, you will say that I'm going to use only one room in my life. But I need happiness. What am I going to do with the building? Yeah, one room is enough for me, or an apartment is enough for me. What am I going to do with this building or the whole universe? I want to be happy. I want to be satisfied. Satisfied for what? According to the capacity of my human feelings. Can anything satisfy your human feelings in this world? Now the Quran says, I'm going to guide you how to find a way to satisfy your human feelings that you cannot find in this world. That is why you need me as your creator to give you guidance. That is how we should read the Quran. Of course, it is not easy because we are not used to. Now, I'm not saying you are not, our capacity is so low and we cannot understand, but the principle is we have to know what we are reading and try to benefit from it so that I will be receiving guidance from my creator, the one who created me. We always use remember some principles. One is Quran is by definition, Quran says, I am the speech of your creator as the owner of the whole universe. Rabbul Alemin, Lord of the universe, they say. Lord of the universe is speaking to me as my creator, my owner. Of course, if the Lord of the universe is speaking to me, what do you expect from this Lord? Owner of the universe, creator of the universe. Speak to me in a way that I will understand. So, if you speak as the Lord of the universe, I would understand nothing. Speak with my language. That's why Quran keeps saying that in the verses. This is an Arabic language. So, and I'm speaking to you in your language. It means human language, not only Arabic language. First addressees of the Quran were Arabs. Another principle, there are many principles in reading the Quran. The Quran was revealed to Arabic-speaking people, right? What does it mean? I am speaking to the people whom I am addressing first time, and their language is Arabic, right? What does it mean? But I'm speaking here, for example, to you, between us, and your language is English. So I will take the principle of the Quran. Whoever you are speaking to, you have to speak with their language, not your language, with their language. Why? He did this, Arabic. So we have to listen, we have to speak in English. So we have to try to understand it. And if I come here and speak to you in Arabic, that's why I use, I don't say ayah, I say verse. Although I believe ayah means much more wider meaning than verse. Verse is just this culture has this kind of text and this kind of sentences in the text. It is called verse. But verses, and of course we know that verse is a Christian theology language. But we are using it. Why? If I say ayah, then I have to explain another hour what ayah means. So, in the Quran. So be practical, say verse and past. Surah, I don't say surah. I don't like chapter, it's not really a correct word, but I say section of the Quran, a section of the Quran, apart from the Quran. So this kind of language, when I use it, I believe that I am following the Quranic principles. Speak to the people with their language. But if someone is interested, they can learn their Arabic terms. That's up to them. So God is speaking to me at my level, within my capacity, with my language, right? That is one thing. And God is speaking to human beings as the creator of every human being here, at least. Don't mess up with jinn here. That is another subject. By the way, if somebody is interested in, no, they are on YouTube. We studied section jinn in the Quran. Something interesting for me. Anyways, human beings. But since I am created uniquely, you are not like me. We are both human beings. But you are different, I am different. So Allah is fard. I don't know how to translate fard. And a personal, he has his personal individual being. So this quality of Allah manifests in me. I have my own. He has given me my individual human personality. So everything has its ant example. I imagine an ant is walking on your trousers. So that is not the case. So ant has its own unique personality. An ant. You don't say that this ant is a frog. Oh, no, you don't say it. So God says, I'm speaking to you, all of you, at the same time as I created you individually, differently from others. So how do I say? When I read the Quran, I can take the Musaf or translation of the Musaf or Musaf itself, if I know Arabic. My Creator is speaking to me when 1450 years ago or now. What does it mean? My Creator is speaking to me, to me. It doesn't mean that he doesn't speak to you. He's speaking to me right now. Why? You can say, my Creator has created me now. I can say, my Creator has created me now, and our Creator are the Creator of the universe, and we really verge on one point. The absolute Creator of the universe is creating everybody with their own specific characteristics, and we can find the message in the Quranic verses speaking to me according to my characteristics. What does it mean? You can read the Quran as the Rabbul Alamin is speaking to me. As I say, Rabbul Alamin is creating to me now, as I am. And continuously is taking care of my existence. I am changing, and who's changing me? Yeah, who's creating the universe now? Continuously. So he's speaking to me now. I have to read it and ask question. What are you telling me, my Creator, my owner, my God? When you read the Quran, you will really feel that how am I going to communicate with it? So if you read the Quran as a text, not directly related to you, and especially if you read the Quran as a text which was revealed 1400 years ago, forget about it. You are not reading the Quran. You are reading an history book. It's irrelevant. So God God is revealing the Quran in a certain historical time and space, or space and time, doesn't mean that he created the universe that time and leave it like this automatically going on. No, it is continuously changed and being changed. So he is the one who is changing the universe. I'm not changing my universe, my being. All my cells are created continuously and new at the same time. For example, 10 years ago, you were a different person than now. That's our reality. So as God is continuously taking care of me, and his speech also continuously, his speech also must continuously reveal its message to me. So when you are reading the Quran, you have to say, let's read it. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. ما أصابك من حسنة فمن الله وما أصابك من سيئة فمن نفسك وَأَرْسَلْنَاكَ لِلنَّاسِ رَسُولًا وَكَفَى بِاللَّهِ شَهِيدًا. Let me read. Okay, I don't understand Arabic. Let me read the English now. Anything good that happens to you, to whom? To me. When you are reading, you say, no, to me. Let's fight. No, to me. So there was a guy. I think we need a break. Just short break. There was a guy sitting in the masjid praying, Allah, please, Allah, give me $1 million. Please. You can't do it. You can't. Begging. And there's a poor guy sitting next to him. He said, oh, my God, I don't have anything to eat, bread. I need only one loaf of bread. Give me $1. And he said, took the pocket wallet, took $1 and gave it to him. Don't keep God busy. God, he will listen to me. And you see, his prayers on the spot accepted. But his prayer not accepted. He's asking, so greedy, $1 million doing nothing. Coming to the masjid is okay, but 1 million doing nothing, no. So while he's speaking to me, it doesn't prevent him from speaking to you, because while he's creating me, taking care of all my needs, all the needs of my cells, he's taking care of your cells as well, and also billions of people, infinite number of beings. So anything good that happens to you, I will say, Ali, is from God. Anything bad happens to you is from yourself. Oh, do you understand this? Anything good that happens to you is from God. Anything bad happens to you is from yourself. Am I a bad guy? Let's see. We have sent you as a messenger to all people. Now, first addressee of the Quran is definitely the messenger of God, Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. But it didn't stop there. He's speaking to me as well. So God says, I have sent you, Ali, as a messenger to all people. It means I have to take the message and apply it to all people. You know, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ وَأَرْسَلْنَاكَ لِلنَّاسِ رَسُولًا, as an angel. Oh, there are many things in the Quran, really. So I will say, I have to share the message with others as much as I can. So, of course, it doesn't disqualify that we understand the Quran is speaking to the Prophet Muhammad as well, messenger. Of course, definitely does. He brought it to us, and he delivered it to us, and generation by generation, we are receiving it. Okay, God is sufficient as a witness. Lots of questions, but let's start from here. Inshallah, we can finish this verse today. How do you define bad and good? What's your criterion for bad or good? Anyone who would like to share? What is bad, what is good? Of course, we should remember, again, my Creator is speaking to me, and Lord of the universe is speaking to us. And how do I really define bad and good? According to what? We shouldn't forget, the Quran speaks about the thing that I need guidance. Otherwise, I can learn how to manage with my life by studying the things they are created and the feelings I have been giving. So I have to look bad from the point of view of the purpose of creation, good from the point of view of the purpose of the creation. So not only, yes, if you do something here, clean for example, come to masjid, clean it, and so the people will be happy and find it clean. They will appreciate it, of course, according to human feelings. I appreciate clean places. So that is what you can know. But it doesn't mean that this is excluded. It's included, but according to the purpose of the Quran, what is good? An idea? Think about it.
Anything
According to the purpose of the Quran, anything good.
Anything that brings you like closer to the creator?
Excellent. Yeah. Close. It means, for example, you do something, you drink water. You have water, right? I'm announcing it to people. There is a friend here drinking water. Wow. So you drink water. While you are drinking water, if you drink water like this, I'm very thirsty. And I am, and now I feel quiet. I feel satisfied. It's not the purpose of the Quran. But you are created with this sense of thirst. You are created with the ability to know that if I drink water, it is I will be satisfied. And also, water is created for this purpose. Your body is created in need of water. Now, make it practical now. When you say taking water, look at this, how perfect it's arranged. The one who created me with the need is satisfying me. Why? Because only this way that I can recognize him. This simple event, taking one, just a cup of water. If you, as you said, it's an excellent point. As you said, if you drink water, which fulfills the purpose of your existence, which is recognizing who your owner is. Here, wow, how you are created in this world. This drinking water action becomes, according to the definition of the Quran, good action. According to the definition of the materialist people, drinking water is good. Why? Why? Because it really helps helps you to keep your health. That's excellent. But your health of your body stays with you for how many years? How many years?
Inshallah.
20, no, 8 years.
Oh,
Enough?
okay.
100?
It's not a.
No.
8.
80 is enough.
80.
80.
80.
Okay, then. Good.
Okay.
You are modest. So after 80 years, what happened? What will happen? Your body will disappear. It is not the purpose of your existence. It will disappear. Your purpose of your existence is to be satisfied in your existence. So helping your body is just temporary means, just a means. But Quran says, let's give to this means an infinite dimension, infinite dimension. How? Drinking water is the means of acknowledging my creator, and that is why I am here. I have been given the sense to acknowledge this creator. Who can teach you how to drink water in order to fulfill the purpose of your existence apart from the Quran? Okay, Torah, yeah. Bible, not as it is Bible nowadays, but Torah still teaches you, Alhamdulillah, God. But in pure sense, the Quran directly targets at this point. Now, one definition of good is this. An excellent point. Did you get something? So, Quran says, anything good that happens to you is from God. Let's take this beautiful, simple, and easy to digest understanding. Anything bad happens to you is from yourself. Now, take this example. What is bad in it? You drink water and you say, okay, I satisfied my body and your body 800 years later disappears. Bad action. Ah. Why? Because how do you define yourself? I love this, if you like, scenery or the scene. How do you define yourself? Go and ask yourself, who am I? I love this. Self-reflection on your own being. Why am I here in this world? How come I exist here? What's the purpose in my existence? Because how do I define myself? Of course, there are two ways of defining yourself. According to the, how do you say, all the disciplines that you have been studying. We are here to entertain our life until we die. Is there any discipline who studies that you have to look for satisfaction not only until you die, but afterwards? Physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, logic, philosophy, sociology, psychology, none of them. But am I only body? How do you define yourself? How do you define yourself? So I have feelings. That's called spirit, according to the teachings of the Quran, or the language of the Quran, ruh. Now, what's the capacity of your spirit? Have you thought about it? What's the capacity?
Allah knows you better than you know yourself.
Sorry?
No, I said Allah knows you better than you know yourself. So like something that you like think is good, you know, it turns bad. It could just be something for him to bring you closer to him. A lot
No.
of people like turn situations that like are bad and they kind of stray away when in the sense like you should come closer because it could be setting you for something that is better for you in the long run. You just don't see it, that self-reflection comes back into play, that it might just be like randomly opening the Quran to a certain page, like bumping into something you should bump into that God has sent your way. A lot of different things, but I think when it boils down to it, is that Allah knows you better than you know yourself. Just basically just like kind of like unraveling it, and I was really like taking a second to like step away.
No. Thank you very much for your comment. We have to try to understand the message of the Quran, but before this, we have to define ourselves, who we are, so that I will say the Quran or my God is giving me information, guidance, the Quran says guidance, where you cannot find in this world, but you have to define yourself first. For what I need guidance? If you say, I need guidance, which dress I should buy? It means definition of your purpose of your existence, or definition of your existence is to take care of the appearance of your body. So Quran says, excuse me, I have nothing to tell you because you can learn it. You don't need me. You don't need me. So you need me in some way that if you recognize that you need something that you cannot find in this world, I am going to give you the guidance about this point. So when you read the Quran, you have to try as much as possible, but be careful before citing the Quran. We have to say, Quran says, if you want to read the Quran, let's speak on behalf of the Quran. Quran says, if you want to get guidance from me, first of all, you should take refuge from evil Satan. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. That's what Quran reminds us. What does it mean? Say أعوذ بالله من الشيطان. No. Evil side of understanding of yourself, your the word should be chased away, put away, so that you will speak or sit, I'm sorry, you will sit in front of the Quran speaking to you, to your real human side, spirit, your feelings, your intellect, your understanding, not your body. Quran doesn't speak to your body. So you don't get the message or expect the message from God to take, for example, how should I eat so that I will have a healthy life? And Quran says, look, I taught this through creation, and some people are specialized there. They are called nutritionists. Okay, they are nutritionists. Go and ask them. You don't need me. But Quran says you cannot find how really have a healthy spirit, healthy, satisfied ruh, human feelings, healthy understanding, happy understanding of my reality. So the reality of the universe, everything is meaningful for you because they are created by the one who knows you. So if you look at for example, this tree out there, the sunset almost getting ready to set. So if you look at that, the sunset, you will say, somebody, the creator of the universe, is now presenting to me what he can create, what he is doing, so that you will say, oh, this is a message. Not the message in the Quran, but message, sunset, telling you, I am just getting you, preparing you your bed. Now you are tired. Get ready so that I will give you a peaceful night. I know you. I know your body needs this. So I'm going to take care of you. So when you look at the sunset, if you feel happy because your God is taking care of your need, then you are really communicating with the sunset in a good deed, is a good deed. If you say that the sunset is, it's time for my dinner, yes, it is, but the Quran is not for this. So you will say, okay, I have to prepare my dinner, but don't get any message from your creator. You don't get enjoyment in your life. You eat and finishes. Now, because in the morning, you need, I need breakfast now. So eat and eat and eat. And then nowadays people say eat and eat in, and nowadays shopping, and then, and then put things in the garage sale. So anyways, the criterion, I think we understood the criterion. Anything helps me to your word, make me feel close to God, realize it, is good, hasana, in the language of the Quran. Now, you know that in tradition, if you are listening to our great shuyukh, they say ihsan is a iman, Islam, ihsan. You must have heard this. You know, what is ihsan? So does anybody know is ihsan? What ihsan? In the hadith narration, they say you worship God as if you are seeing him, although you don't see him, but make sure that he sees you. Be aware of it. Now, exactly what you said, the communication. Now, the one who sees me is prepared water for me, prepared my need for it, and prepared my intellectual power to reason about it, and feelings that when I eat water, can you imagine? The most beloved person for you is offering you a cup of water, or you just go and buy a bottle of water, give $1 and get bottle. Is there any difference? Yes. How about this? Who is offering you water? And the Quranic language is with my own hand. It's the Aidina. It's beautiful. With my own hand offering you water. Can you imagine the creator of the universe, owner of the universe is offering water to you? Here you are. Wow. You say that, Mom, or I don't know. Today, God offered me water. So this is the feeling that communicating with God, we gain. It's a great feeling. Everything that we have to be aware of, inshallah. So I think we got the criterion now. Now, we have to go over it now quickly. Is not everything created by God good? Now, we are not going to discuss this second point today because, but there are some things bad. What does anything bad happens to you is from you mean the interpretation. For example, a hurricane happens. Oh, it's horrible. It's very bad. But think about it from the purpose that it's created for you for what? Huh? Hurricane. Do you see the ocean? Yeah. Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Hind Ocean, whatever. Huge ocean, so calm. Yeah, very useful. If there is nothing in the world, don't worry about it. Or the earth, there is no plant, nothing. Ocean is full of fish. If only we don't kill them with pollution. We are polluting them. Don't worry. You don't have to do anything. Just go and pick up. Just pick up. You don't have to do anything. Although the trees give fruit for years and years, you do nothing. Just at the beginning, you just prepared the shoot of it when it was a young tree. That's it. For 20 years, 40 years gives, I don't know how many, tons of it, endless. What do we do? Nothing. Pick up. You know, we are so lazy that we don't pick up. So we want to put in somebody put in our mouth. So afterwards we eat them and we don't do anything. It just takes care of it. Allah created the body in such a way that digests it, distributes it to your cell, and your digestive system, intestine, knows which organ needs what vitamin, what protein. They know. They are the best chemists. I don't know, but even the best chemist doesn't know as much as my digestive system knows. They don't know, but they know. They don't. The Creator knows. So arranges everything. So everything has a purpose. But once in our life, we forget about it. You know, if somebody continuously offers you, and then if one day, especially the father or mother, you give food, prepare dinner, let's say, or breakfast, dinner every day. Now the child becomes 14 years old, 15 years old. You say, I think you should prepare your own breakfast. No. One day there is no breakfast. Where is mom? Breakfast. Look, but you see that everything, I'm taking care of you. Now you have to realize that something else. It is time now for you to take care. So one day mother doesn't prepare the breakfast. Well, the Muslim mothers cannot do that. But Americans do. So Westerns do. Well, British people, no, I'm not going to like this. Oh man, I don't know whether you know this character of British people. No, it is now you are 18 years old. You have to take care of your own room. That's it. But that's their culture. So one day he says, no, I'm not going to prepare it. You get ready. You have to learn. Oh, that's 18 years is God served him by employing his mother. And 18 years later, there's a message. No, it doesn't have to be in this way. No one can guarantee that oceans will really flow up. No one can guarantee it. That is my arrangement. That is my creation. So these bad things, according to us, we don't like it. But the sense of not liking it is given to us for a purpose to understand that this is not, I don't like it. So what I like, for 18 years, 18 years of preparation of the breakfast by my mother, I like it. So that I will see that, I have been served for 18 years. Really? I didn't know that. Good morning. Now you have to learn only once. Only once. So, uh, am I the cause of bad things? Yes, my attitude. My attitude. God is always there preparing water. God is always there creating you with the need of water. Everything is perfect, but we may what? We may forget about it. And that is bad according to the purpose of the teaching of the Quran. Drink water without feeling that God is making, offering you this. That is bad. Because the purpose of the creation is not fulfilled. That is very bad. Insult to the God. You are doing something, but it is meaningless. I don't care. Oh, it is very bad, isn't it? He's doing something good. If I turn my back to it, if I ignore it, that is my bad. That's what Quran says. Anything bad happens to you is from you. If you say that my mother didn't give me this, didn't prepare the breakfast for me today, it's very bad. I don't have any breakfast. I'm hungry. It is your understanding. Mother is not giving you the breakfast today for your goodness. No, you need it. All right. I think we handled with this last one. Oh, man, I'm sorry. We are late. Why does the verse mentions that here we send you as a messenger? Yeah. In fact, yes, the prophet is prophet. That is for sure, beyond doubt and beyond dispute. He presented all this message to us. That is beyond even question. So that's what we accept this. But everything in the universe, in the language of the Quran, is a message. Ayah, message. So everything is also created as a messenger to bring the news about its creator to conscious human beings. And also, when I get the message, of course, I would like to share it with others. That is also being a messenger. Very quick, very quick. What does God being a witness mean in the context of this verse? God creates, I'm very brief, very extremely brief. I'm not doing justice to these questions. God is creating everything, arranging everything perfectly. Universe is perfect. My human capacity is perfect to communicate through the universe with my creator is perfectly adjusted. Perfectly adjusted. We should start it from the beginning saying this. Every individual human being is a caliph representing the message he receives from the universe and presents it to God. That's what I got your message. Like you take how many months of courses, and at the end of these courses, you take your finals. What does it final mean? What does final mean? You taught me, oh, professor, for, I don't know, for 4 months or 8 months. That is what I got and presented to the professor. Not that we are teaching the professor. Our professors, when you give the paper answers to the professor, I'm not teaching the professor. What? I am presenting what I have learned from it. Right? So that is what the communication is. God says, I left you free. Whether you attend the class, whether you listen, whether do your assignments, take notes or just ignore it, I am just watching what you are doing. But it doesn't mean that there is no final test. There is no result of what I have presented to you so far. So we have to be extremely careful that we are created with free will. It means I can take notice of what is created. I can take notice of what the message is for me. They ignore it. I can, now you join the class. You don't join the class. The university says, I am witnessing what you are doing, and you will see at the end, when you get the grade or your degree, whether fail, not get it, or pass. It doesn't mean that I didn't go to class today. I didn't attend. No one said to me anything. No, no, no. University is watching. Do you understand? God is being witness to everything, but human beings are set, created free. We have to stop, and Assam is waiting. So thank you very much for your patience. I am sorry. I think somehow 6 minutes, 7 minutes we passed. We started 3 minutes late. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim wa akhiru da'wahum an alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. بحرمة سر سورة الفاتحة.